let's slow this pace right down today, and come walk with me for 5 minutes as we go on a little detour for a coffee up past the beach and beyond. So we are. And if you're new here and you've just landed on this video for the very, very, very first time, I'm Stuart, and Rambo, and that is Rambo. He is my little miniature poodle. He's known in this neck of the woods as the cult leader, in charge of the operation. But before we get into today's little talk, or as we like to call it in Scotland, as a chinwag. A chinwag is a wee bit of gossip. And I'll give you a wee bit of gossip from during the week. A lady had emailed me saying she was struggling at this time of year with Christmas. It brings up a lot of negative emotion. It brings up a lot of old wounds that she struggles to cope with each year. And she just said, Stuart, I want to move into 2026 and build a stronger me who I trust. And I emailed her back and I says, what does trusting you look like? And she replied back saying, basically stop sabotaging myself. What is triggering you at the moment? And I want you to take a moment to think about that, because well, this time of year is, I'm going to say it is, it's the most triggering time, innit? Christmas, New Year, for various reasons, innit? Because, well, connection, family, partners, breakups, comparison, guilt. So if you are feeling like flat at the moment, angry, frustrated, asking yourself that question will give you the answer. And then if we get the answer to why we're feeling any sort of negative emotion or positive emotion, we can work on a solution to the damn trigger. That's how it operates. So if you feel brave enough, share your trigger in the comments section. Let me know how you're feeling about the holiday season, how you're feeling about getting into the new year. Are you feeling strong? Are you feeling prepared? Or is this going to be a year where I'm going to focus on me? I'm going to make myself the priority. And where we start with that is that it's making that commitment to yourself just now. This is going to be the year. I no longer going to sabotage myself. I'm no longer going to put up with crap. My own crap, innit? My own bloody bullshit that holds me back. That little voice in my head who guilt trips me, shames me, who tries to put me back into this little small box. I'm no longer going to put up with that. That's where self-trust starts. It starts with making the decision and choice to take responsibility, to grow, to heal, to no longer let old wounds, old abandonment wounds, old neglect wounds rear their head and steer the ship. That's our responsibility. Our responsibility is to go, do you know what? Now is the time. The time is now. So yes, is it? That's what I'm going to ask you. Is this the time you're going to make that decision? And if you've already started your journey, maybe your decisions, like, do you know what, I'm going to keep building on it. Building and building and building and improving every single day. And how we improve every single day is just committing to the little habits and actions, the little 1%ers that move us in the right direction. Focusing in on things like water, nutrition, the things that are holding you back, the main habit in it, the old as I like to call it, the old kryptonite. What's your kryptonite? Come on, Rambo son, hurry up. I think Rambo's kryptonite is gravy bones. Isn't it, son? Your kryptonite is gravy bones. My kryptonite, back in the past, was many, many things. But the one habit that did hold me back for years and years was gambling. I'm 8 years sober and clean of gambling. I've not put a bet on in 8 years. And when I took responsibility to give up that one habit that was causing me so much physical, mental, emotional, financial, spiritual destruction, everything changed. Everything changed, man. And the one I pretty much help women deal with every day is food. Right? Using it to cope, to escape our emotions, to numb ourselves. And one of the things we do over this festive period is we numb when we don't want to feel. We don't want to maybe experience the loneliness in the cold, dark, festive nights when maybe we are comparing ourselves to Instagram highlight reels, to why we don't have a partner, why our relationship fell apart, or maybe we're experiencing a breakup, or deeper than that, where we've had a family, the kids, the husband, and it's not quite worked out. And I want you to have a wee think of that. What's that one habit that you know that you should kick out your life, man? That's got to do wonders for you. And obviously mentioned a few there, like gambling, alcohol, food, relationships, people pleasing. The list could go on. It's about being self-aware and identifying and going, do you know what, this is time. It's time I kick this habit for good. And when we kick habits for good, it's like, right, it's time to replace it with a healthier coping mechanism. And that's where we start. And you're probably already aware, and maybe you've already tried millions and millions of times to give up, to let go of it, and it keeps drawing you back in. And you might be sitting there going, do you know, I don't have any willpower. Always drags me back. And this is where we go deeper and deeper. We go deeper, and I want you to go deeper and ask yourself, what is your kryptonite being used to manage? What emotion, what feeling, what wound are you using it to soothe? Come on, Rambo. We'll get a wee bit of Rambo. This is what we'll call this wee reset point. A wee bit of Rambo therapy. Right, and let all that sink in. So as you know, on these walks, I can just come on. So aye. So building self-trust then. Self-awareness is a start. Self-awareness of what's holding us back. Especially our wounds. The wounds that have been created throughout our life. From childhood to breakups, to traumas, whatever it may be. We start there, man. And we identify, right, what the hell is causing me the chaos within my life? And it's always inwards, so it is. That's where, right, we start in the mirror. That's where a lot of us don't want to look, to be honest. We look in the mirror and we see the shame, the guilt. We look at our body, we shame it as well, we criticise it. We tell ourselves things like we're not good enough. We can't do this, we can't do that. Why did this happen to me? Why did I do that? And it becomes a never-ending cycle. And that's not because there's anything wrong with you or you're broken. It's because we're wounded. There's a wounded little girl inside you. Anytime you sabotage yourself, that's the little girl within you saying, here, I'm here. I want to feel, or I want to be seen. And that's our job, to recognise that. To recognise it, man, and go, wait a minute here. This self-sabotage is that little wounded girl within me saying, stop hurting yourself. Stop binging on food. Stop drinking the wine. Stop reaching out to people who are no good for you. Stop people pleasing. Just stop it. That's her. That's her saying to you, stop it. Through self-sabotage, man. So being aware of our wounds is the first step in it. That's the awakening. And when we're awakened, it is then managing the internal voice, that little villain in your head who criticises you, who drags you down, who pulls you down, who tells you you're not enough, who shames you, guilt trips you, whatever it may be, ghosts you. It's recognising, wait a minute here, maybe this criticising, self-sabotaging voice is not mine. It is linked to the wound. And what you'll find on your journeys when you start doing the deeper dive into things like inner child, into your teenage years, and the people who had a negative impact on you, whoever that may be, whether it was family members, mothers, brothers, sisters, moving out of school, bullies, school teachers, whoever it may be, you start recognising, wait, that's actually not my voice, it's their voice I can hear in my head that's putting me down, that's conditioned me, that's the word, that's conditioned the confidence right out of you. And when you recognise it's someone else's voice that's conditioned you and conditioned the confidence out of you, then that tells us something, doesn't it, that we can recondition ourselves and reprogram ourselves. And that's key in life, is you're not just who you are, you're who you are for a reason, man. A big reason. And you're probably thinking, how do I then manage that voice? How do I bring my voice to the surface, the soft voice? And 9 times out of 10, it's not by doing more in life. It's by doing less. Less people pleasing. Less saying yes and more saying no. Do you know how underrated that is in life? It's just saying no. No thank you and, well, fuck off. It stops so much self-sabotage that you just feel so much lighter. And for me, that's what self-love is. Self-love is just saying no. No, I'm not doing that anymore. I'm not sabotaging myself. I'm going to do less within my life. I don't need to do more to define my worth. I don't need your validation. I can validate my damn self. And that's how boundaries are created, innit? Is when we go, right, I'm no longer putting up with this. I'm going to make myself the priority. I become number one in my life. I start putting my health, my well-being, physically, mentally, emotionally, financially first. No last, first. And then everything changes, man. Everything damn changes. You start to become the best, healthiest, wholest version of yourself. And you know what? You don't only benefit from that. The world benefits from that, because now you are leading from a cup that is full, that's full, not empty. Nobody needs is you can't give from an empty cup. That's how we burn out, or resentful, and we hate ourselves, because we're giving, and no pouring anything back into here, back into ourselves. That's how we start making better decisions and choices in our life that align with us. We're not making decisions emotionally. And how many decisions have you made in your life emotionally and you just went, fuck me, why did I do that? Right, why did I do that? Never ever make decisions based on emotion. When we're emotionally charged and triggered. Always take moments to let triggers pass. And that stands us in good stead with good foundations. And foundations are key in it. We need foundations, otherwise the surface is always got to be shaky. And we're always got to revert back to old patterns, old coping mechanisms, old shitty ways of thinking and everything else that goes with it. And we do not want that, do we? So if you've lasted this long, which as I can see it's coming up to the 20-minute mark on my camera here, I just want to say thanks for your support this year, especially building on these YouTubes now. I've been really enjoying the process, enjoying the support. If you have been checking in, you've been a loyal walking talker, thank you very much. It's really appreciated. And let's roll on 2026 and make that the year where, do you know what? It is time. It is time. And if you want some accountability, go have a little look at my 28-day shadow reset, which kicks off on Monday, January the 5th. So I'll go and find that coffee now. And as always, I will see you next Sunday. Cheers.